I tell you what, you really just don't know. You
You
really
just
don't
don't.
know. You
We gotta check.
don't.
We're gonna talk about it,
Yeah,
but we gotta check
the
these taxes.
background.
We had before we
You just
before we
really don't
declare
know.
anybody a queer icon. Okay, no, I'm gonna say this on the show. We
Yeah,
can't
you
give all this away.
wait.
But my God, this is Shana,
And Kris.
and we are Bad Queers. If you came out of the closet and got put in a box of stereotypes you don't belong to, then welcome to the Bad Queers Club.
All right, this week in Queer Urban Dictionary, I have plus or the plus in LGBTQ plus, which is used to signify all of the gender identities and sexual orientations that are not specifically covered by the five other initials. Deeper dive is the plus stands for pansexual, two spirit, asexual, omnisexual, amongst many others. It's the accepted and inclusive way to refer to the queer community who can be grouped by one common theme. The fact that we don't identify as straight or cisgender. And that last bit came from Pink News.
I love
Plus.
how you like wrote it because it almost gave Prince's symbol,
Mm-hmm.
where it just has no.
Just a plus.
It's
Yeah.
just a plus.
Just a plus. We love the
Hmm.
plus. Shout out to the plus.
Saving us from this long alphabet that we have.
Five
Thank you.
letters is enough. We talked about this before, but
We
that
have.
was a previous backward opinion. But 5 letters is enough.
That's enough.
And the plus with the plus. The
With the
five.
plus. Good addition.
Yeah. Good addition. We love a plus.
Hey,
Max
good
would have been too
addition.
much.
Plus.
LGBTQ
It's an
max,
addition
you
and it's
know.
plus. Did somebody put that together? Because I put it together. Thank you so much.
Wow. Take us to your term.
My queer urban dictionary word of the
Just take us to your term.
I'm really proud of
Thanks. Thank you.
that.
We're gonna move on.
Ugh. Somebody heard it, somebody laughed at it. And thank you for that.
They did.
All right. All right. Whew. My queer urban dictionary word of the week is Jack and Jill party. Now we know that today's day and age, Jack and Jill parties are completely different things. But in the late 1980s, a Jack and Jill party was basically a circle jerk or a group masturbation party that welcomed gay men and lesbians who also occasionally had sex with one another. Don't know why we didn't just include the bisexuality in it, but apparently that was it. My sentence is some more information. So, how they decided that it would be titled Jack and Jill. First, you start with the word Jack, which in this slang context originated as short for ejaculation. And then
Hmm.
consider what might be its female equivalent in an ironic twist. You take the name Jill, since it's been commonly paired with Jack, most famously in the traditional English nursery rhyme Jack and Jill, who went up the hill to fetch a pail of water, which can be traced back to at least the 18th century. So you have a lot of people say jacking off, and then when they say that lesbians are doing it, we're jilling off. So it was Jack and Jill off. Jack and Jill party.
And that's why I wanted you to take us to your term because that kind of groundbreaking, in-depth news is just what we need. The jacking and the jilling of it all.
The jacking
Um,
and the jilling of it all. So yeah,
yeah. What's funny is
shout out
that
to
Jack and
Autostraddle
Jill
for these
is, I think, of
definitions.
the black Jack and Jill of America.
Yes, that's one.
So, that's also
Ironic, isn't it?
very ironic. I just looked
Mm.
up when they were founded. I knew it was back in the day, it was 1938, but yeah, so funny. Two very, very different things. Two very
Yeah.
different things.
Yep.
Different Jack and Jills, there's a,
All
you know,
different Jack and Jills. Don't know how long those
different
parties
Jack and Jills.
lasted.
Yeah.
Didn't see what the history was, but shout out to the
Yeah.
first half of the definition from Autostraddle, the second half from Geo Wayne website that broke it down.
Mm.
So,
And shout out to the Jack and Jills at Jack and Jill.
mm,
We're an intersectional show, so shout out to them
our
because there might be some
intersectional
Jack and
show.
Jills that have Jack and Jill.
And Jilled.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Vast. We're vast. So, I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mess this week, huh?
So we're gonna have a bit of
Lot.
an extended category is because we have a lot to get through before we head off on our maternity leave. I say our Chris is maternity leave,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just jumping onto it.
The show's
So
having a baby.
his show is having a baby. The backwards baby is coming. Backwards baby number 2. So we're gonna go ahead and praise, pray tell, because we have a lot to talk about. Our first category is I Will Survive. Gloria
Question
Gaynor
mark.
donates $22,000 to Republicans.
Yeah, this was quite the news that came out
Not on my
yesterday,
bingo card
but
for this year.
not on there.
Mm-mm.
Singer Gloria Gaynor has been donating to Republican politicians, according to an investigation into the Federal Election Commission filings. The website Midas Touch broke this news. The I Will Survive singer was recently announced by Trump as one of the several artists who will receive a Kennedy Center honor, as he took a more personal role in choosing this year's
Mm-hmm.
nominees. Um, in 2016, so a breakdown of it, and I'll read through some of the names that she has there. It's pretty crazy and extensive. But in 2016, she made a small donation of $35 to Ben Carson's Republican campaign. But that was her only campaign contribution until 2023. Between 2023 and 2025, she got real active. She got
Oh.
real active. Made 64 political donations, many through this Win Red PAC, which is a political action committee that passes along donations to Republican campaigns. So it went to Representative Mike Johnson, Josh Hawley. Let's see who else is on this list. Marco Rubio, Ben Carson. She gave more money to than that
Mm-hmm.
$35. Marsha Blackburn, Kevin McCarthy, Ted Cruz, whole
Mm.
list here. It distributed. So yeah,
Mm.
she during that period gave $22,000 to these different entities. Also to New Journey PAC, which is a political organization for Black conservatives, who got $610. So she is she's a Republican. She is a conservative. That is, not an insignificant amount to give away. She is getting
Mm-hmm.
this Kennedy
Especially in
Center
2 years.
honor. Man, yeah. She that was disappointing to hear, but you can't get that icon and ally thing away so
Mm-mm.
loosely. Gee, so they'll learn us, huh? I'll tell you what. Hmm.
Segment should have been called
hmm.
Will I Survive?
Will I survive?
Will I survive? Because
No. No.
girl,
No.
I know, I know, I don't know, but I know that your primary income as of now comes from Pride.
Absolutely.
I go to Pride still regularly and always hear that on repeat. We know that's when your boost is.
It was an anthem.
That was your bonus for the year. And now
Hmm.
is gone. It's gonna be gone. Like wait until this gets to the
A
different corners.
primary chunk of her income definitely comes from our community.
Okay.
And
$22,000 in two
and not even
years.
just us, because we're an intersectional show, the Black queer community. Like, like she's shitting on a lot of
A
people,
lot of us.
her whole crowd. Like, they
Mm-hmm.
play this at a couple of like MAGA cruises, but I don't know what you are gonna get out of this. But maybe it's for a Kennedy Center honor. So all right.
Which
Gonna see that outing.
he's trying to rename it the Trump Kennedy Center.
There's gonna be so many things to undo if they could get that position back. So anyways, wow. Well, we didn't see this outing coming, but Gloria Gaynor. Okay.
All
Republican.
right. Well,
Hmm.
our next category is dumbass. Snoop Dogg scared to go to the movies over a gay kiss in Lightyear. So,
A 3-year-old movie.
because I stopped and I was
What's
like, when
going
the fuck did
on?
he go see this? Was it like one of those repeat times that he took, or was this
Yeah.
like, why
Yeah.
did this
It's
only just
either
now come back?
did you
Why did this
just
just now
see
come
this
back?
streaming at home, which even more you could have just had this conversation, or have you been sitting on this for 3 years? Like,
Right.
which one is it? Like,
Or like, did somebody
either
get this
way,
interview and wait years before they released it?
I
Like,
don't
these
know.
are all the things
Yeah.
I need to
Yeah.
know.
It's just crazy.
But
Yeah.
basically, Snoop Dogg made comments about 2022's Lightyear. 2022. It's been on Disney Plus for a minute. I've watched it multiple times. Okay. They're going viral after he said he was quote unquote scared to take his grandchildren to the theaters over the themes addressed in the movies. He says, what you see is what you see, and they're putting it everywhere on the It's Giving podcast. They're like, she had a baby with another woman. And his grandson in the middle of the movie is like, Papa Snoop, how's she have a baby with a woman? She's a woman. And Snoop said, the moment fucked me up, adding, I'm like scared to go to the movies. Y'all throwing me in the middle of the shit, and I don't have an answer for. It threw me for a loop. I'm like, what part of the movie was this? First of all, were you even watching the movie? Were you paying attention? Sir, it shows up for like 5 seconds. Literally, if you doze off for a hot second, you're going to miss it. Like, that's how much it happens. So he continues to say, these are kids. We have to show that at this age. They're going to ask questions. I don't have the answer. Sir, I loved this from another podcast. I forget what the name of it was, but it was this guy he popped in. And he basically was like, you do realize that as an adult that has children in your life, that it is your job.
Van Lathan.
Thank you. That it is your job.
Higher Learning podcast.
To answer questions that children ask you.
Yeah.
It is your job. And it's not like you have to sit there and explain how babies get here in the middle. You could have been watching a sex scene, a regular sex scene, heterosexual sex scene. And they could have been like, how'd they make a baby? Are you going to be afraid to explain that?
Scared. So scary.
Like, you have to be prepared for kids asking out-of-pocket questions because that's what they're going to do. You could have just initially sat there and been like, we'll talk about it later, finish watching the movie. And the kid 9 times out of 10 would have forgotten the question.
Yeah.
So it's not like you have to sit and go into the depths of ways that women get pregnant. It's like, yeah, women can have babies.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different ways. Keep it moving. Shh, watch the movie.
And the thing is there's there's so many layers of this, and these are the controversies we should go up for. Not again, American Eagle swinging at whatever. If Snoop was like he was uncomfortable or didn't know what to say, like, we can hold space for there's some people who still don't know exactly what to say, even though you could also give to the point of like children are going to ask questions. You could just say, I don't know. You don't have to actually answer the question. You can just say, I don't know, if you don't.
And then tell his parents when you get home and be like, hey,
exactly. I am,
it.
As a parent of a toddler, that was probably the 78th question that day. You could just literally say, I don't know. Some questions I just tell Emery, I either truly don't know, but I don't have enough to explain it to him. So it's fine. And they will loop back with another question. So yeah, like answering questions is just part of being around children because they're curious. But if he had kept it too uncomfortable or confused about what to say there, it's fine. Nuance. We know people are still learning. Scared is where it's just like, when are y'all going to stop doing this shit? Like, when are straight people going to stop acting like we're some scary, violent force or thing? Like, even if it's about religion, you could still say that there are women who love women, there are men who love men, there are different types of love out there, something just very generic. But like, to act like we're like this violent, scary, fearful thing, like, I'm scared. Snoop, who brought us gangster, who was part of bringing us gangster rap in this world, on this globe, is scared to explain to moms a lesbian kiss. Like, come on. Scared is crazy. And like, that's what I'm frustrated about the most, is like still having these conversations. Like, how long do we wait until they get some sort of knowledge about it? Because like, if we're even cutting older generation slack, like, they're on Facebook and TikTok. They will find information if they want to. Like, there are plenty of ways for them to access this information. There's plenty of ways to not be fearful or to continue to act like we're just this like disgusting thing that exists or scary. And that's like my biggest problem with it, because it's like, maybe he doesn't know how to answer it in the moment. Maybe there's still some older generation or just people in general that don't know how to answer that question. But like, saying you're scared is still denotes this. It's the fear mongering. It's the phobia of it all. Like, I don't know why people are acting like he has a right to be this way. It's like he's saying he's scared to explain our existence. Like, that's what's the crux of this. Like, it's crazy. So I don't know, man.
We can't forget.
It's Snoop. And that's the hypocrisy of it. I was a kid raised on Snoop. Like Snoop has
Mm-hmm.
done and put so much imagery and art and words out there that parents have had to explain to kids for years, decades now. I'll be
Decades.
37 in October. I grew up on Snoop. Like, so for him to say he, even just this whole concept of like having to explain adult themes to children, he is like one of the biggest exporters of that into the world of people having to explain to their children what this all means, like whether it's sex, whether it's drugs, whether it's, what he saw growing up
Mm-hmm.
uh in Long Beach. But yeah, very ironic. I'm sick of the whole scared thing. Like that's really the most annoying part of this whole thing. Like it's just a circular, they're scared of us
Yep.
thing. So,
Plus, this nigga was on the L word. I don't want to hear
and
it.
he was on the L word.
I don't want to hear it.
Like, what?
I don't
Like
want to
he
hear
has
it.
had lesbian content in different. Snoop has done so much sexual shit. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Like rap wasn't even that sexual until gangster rap came in. Like LA and like what they were doing out in California made rap way more sexual than it was when it was coming out of like New York and the Bronx and all that. So it's always very ironic. And a couple years ago, Snoop also said after WAP had made a comment about like women rappers not rapping about sexual content because little girls, and it's just like clearly he is very much standing in his like right wing pivot and conservatism, conservative pivot,
Mm-hmm.
because like so outdated, so like this guy, but he fits in. There's a lot of hypocrites over there, so he fits in
He does fit in.
right over there. So very disappointing.
I really
So
hope somebody is doing a study of these pivots
yeah, it's
that are
interesting.
happening and figuring out the trends for
Yeah,
us to recognize when these pivots could possibly happen because it has to be some sort of money trail. Obviously, he performed for Trump recently, and everybody's always questioned the relationship with him and Martha Stewart. Like, there's so many things, but to see multiple celebrities and multiple big name people just doing such a hard pivot, I'm like, I want to know if there are signs that folks can tap into that aren't just the very obvious ones that we see and are just like, why would you be performing here? Why would you be doing this? I want to know the behind the scenes
yeah,
actions that are happening that lead to this. Like, I want somebody to test this, like somebody found Gloria Gaynor's donations. I want that information available to us.
yeah. I guess we also as Black people have to reconcile with like Fox News obviously did a number on white people, but they did a number on Black people as well.
And
I
still,
mean,
and
conservatism in the
still.
Black community is still, it's such a crazy concept. I know we talked about the Surrounded with Amanda Seales last week,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not talking about those idiots who like bring up like King Von and like Chicago weekend crime statistics. I'm talking about the business Black people that are just still aligned or just believe in just this, they'll never admit it, like white supremacy, but like they do believe in that. Like they just like they're like, no, I don't really see what's going wrong. Like, this guy is delivering on all the things that they believe in. So, it's crazy. I do see this post while this is breaking that Snoop had responded to the backlash. This is on Gay Magazine. So
Mm.
shout out to them. He said, I was caught off guard and had no answer for my grandsons. All my gay friends know what's up. They've been calling me with love. My bad for
How
not
is
knowing the
that?
answers for a 6-year old. Teach me how to learn. I'm not perfect. So
No, no, that's the laziest answer
it's
that
still
could be
lazy.
given.
You
It's
still
lazy.
did it. Like,
Plus, whenever they pull
how
in
long are
their
we gonna do
friends,
this?
when they pull
Yeah,
in their friends to be like, but I can't be
I have gay
phobic
friends.
because I have gay friends. I can't be
Yeah,
homophobic.
yeah. My bad
No,
queer opinion is
y'all are
gonna be on this, but
y'all are just
it's
yelling at
just
me because I didn't know information in the moment. No, we're yelling at you because you are
yeah,
coming out here publicly stating fear and putting
yeah,
fear mongering ahead of identities of people who actually exist. So if you do have gay friends, you have some
yeah.
knowledge. But
He
yeah,
also said in that podcast interview, what you see is what you see, and they're putting it everywhere. That's what I mean with the fear mongering and the like buying into this, because this is one scene. Like they swear it is like queer cartoons everywhere. Like it's just we're just swamped with just queer imagery and cartoons. And it's just like one to two storylines or characters a year. Like, and it's crazy. But so he, coming back and saying like I have gay friends and they have reached out to me with love and teach me. It's like, why say that in the first place? Like you said, like
Mm-hmm.
it's just it's stupid. So he knew what he was doing and all that.
Exactly.
Like it's just, yeah. I don't know what is that. What a turn of events for Snoop in the last year, especially. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This next category is it's just an update on Lil Nas X. We were talking about him last week when the news was breaking. He has responded to his arrest and his hospitalization. On Tuesday, he said his arrest and jail time was terrifying, which were his first public comments since he was charged with attacking LA police officers. The 26-year-old rapper and singer pled not guilty to 4 felony counts on Monday and was released on bail after spending the entire weekend in jail. In a video
Mm.
posted to Instagram, he smiled, shook his head in disbelief, and said the last 4 days have been terrifying, but your girl is going to be okay. And I hope he is. More videos came out after our recording, and you could see him walking down a major street in LA. I didn't see a video of him charging at police officers, but that's what apparently he's getting charged for,
Mm-hmm.
who were responding to calls about him. A criminal complaint says 3 officers were hurt, and he was charged with 3 felony counts of battery with injury on a police officer, along with 1 count of resisting an executive officer.
Hmm.
So, you know, don't know what happened there. Very unfortunate with all this. And like we said last week, and still remains, he's in our prayers and hoping that he is okay and gets the help that he needs. Not much has changed. I mean, more details about this, which is like you gotta take any police things with a grain of salt. But um yeah, it's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Maybe it's a wake up call for him and his team. So hopefully he's okay, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. All right. We can't
Sure.
leave without getting into sports.
We
Like,
gotta talk about sports.
no, there's so much to talk about. So much has happened, you
So
know,
much. We
so
haven't even been
much.
able to discuss all of it all month with you. Also, we're definitely going to do a giant sports recap since
Yeah.
we won't really be able to talk to you about sports again until
We come back. Yeah.
playoffs
Yeah.
or
It should be
Unrivaled
deep, kind of
begins.
deep in the playoffs too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
should be like
Should be
if it
interesting.
goes that far, we should
Hmm.
be able to chat about it. And then if not, we should be like around the time that Unrivaled is beginning. So
Yeah.
that's where we're going to come back in on this. But let's chat sports. We have multiple things to talk about, by the way. So if this is not for you, feel free to fast forward to the Am I a Bad Queer? It's totally fine. Not offended. All right. First one, we're talking about the collective bargaining agreement. So, announced recently, the WNBA and the WNBPA, which is the Players Association for the WNBA, basically their union, are heading toward a lockout as a collective bargaining agreement is unlikely before the October 31st deadline.
Mm.
I am not surprised by this statement because when they got together for All Star Weekend, it was like the largest group of people that had gotten together in person. They sat down, had all of this hope, and said that they played in their faces
Yeah.
about it, which folks are saying is also not surprising because the NBA is heavily involved in the WNBA, obviously. And so they are trying to keep as many things back as possible. All of the players have said that they basically don't feel like they've heard anything that they've said. Some stats to support why they deserve this. This year alone, the WNBA has broken its all time regular season attendance record, and that's still with a month left in the season.
Mm. Mm.
The
Mm. Mm.
jump from 2023 to 2024 was insane, and for that to be even doubled in 2025 and then beaten, fantastic. Over 2.3 million fans have attended WNBA games this season. And in a statement to FOS, which is Front Office Sports, Executive Director Terry Carmichael Jackson accused the league of having a lack of urgency, which she said has left players wondering if it is focused on making this work or just running out the clock. A WNBA spokesperson issued a statement to CBS Sports following Carmichael Jackson's statement saying, "We have been clear with the WNBPA, but so there is no doubt Our number one priority is to get a new collective bargaining agreement completed that addresses the players' priorities while also supporting the long term growth and success of the league and teams. We have been meeting with the union throughout the summer and will continue to meet until this gets done, with additional sessions already scheduled through the rest of the season. A lot of folks are having issues with not only the percentage of funds that they make, with the overall networking rights and things. When it comes to that, right now they get like 9%. NBA gets like 50%. They want to be able to, there's parents, they want to be able to have that like care and health, revenue share. So there's a lot of things that
a
apparently they're
9%
just
revenue
ignoring.
share is so crazy.
Out of
Like when
control.
you think of that, it is just that's nuts. So
Especially when brands are like flocking to them now.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
don't
yeah.
play with
Nine
us.
percent is such a slap in the face. Like it not even being double digits. Like yeah,
They said 9, no
nine.
10, no
Such a
10.
terrible
Just
number.
9
Just
sounds good.
nine is
We like
crazy.
9.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
like 9. So yeah, so I'm not surprised by this lockout. Also, a part of a lot of the conversations is that the WNBA allegedly, because we haven't seen anything written on this, but the players have said this, so I trust them more than anything else, have said how the WNBA does not want these players playing overseas or playing in Unrivaled, but yet are not going to pay them so that they don't have to do this. More on this in Satou Sabally, who has been speaking out on this lately. She is sick and tired, and she is the representative for the Phoenix Mercury with their WNBPA stuff. Each team has a representative. So she has literally done her work calling out the WNBA, not only on their playing schedule, stating how it's terrible. It's like they don't care about player safety. She said this in a post game interview, specifically speaking on how the Aces and Valkyries are playing on back to back days, which includes travel. It's not like they're staying in the same place and playing back to back.
Yeah.
They're playing, traveling, playing. She also posted on TikTok while she was sick and making soup about how all these men who jump in her comments whenever she complains or brings up any issues that the league has, she made it the point to remind folks that she deserves to be paid. The women who play after her deserve it. And that maybe she is actually sick and tired after playing 5 games in 8 days.
For
Yet,
real.
they still make more money playing in Unrivaled or playing overseas, but they want the players to stop playing there too, even though they're not getting paid. Like they should just be staying in the WNBA and just doing that. So
It's crazy.
Satou Sabally is saying the words and saying the
Yeah.
things. So it's going to be interesting, especially over these next couple months, with what progresses with the CBA.
You know what's been an underrated blessing?
Mm,
Just in the fan side, this has not been a blessing for the players who have to like endure this, but like I feel like there's been so many Caitlin Clark fans exposed during this, especially male fans, because they don't believe she should get paid more. So like there's a lot of like I feel like from the All-Star game on, like very clearly you could see particularly the new male fan base that came to the WNBA game like get exposed for like not really giving a fuck about none of this shit because like they're like getting paid more, why? And that includes Caitlin Clark. They don't even think she needs to get paid more. So
mm-hmm,
it's been an underrated blessing to have them be exposed because
truly.
they're obnoxious, they really are. So
The day that she
here,
wore that shirt with everybody
so
at the
mad,
All-Star
they were
game,
so mad.
they're like, "What do you mean you want more money?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Aren't you a diehard Caitlin Clark fan? Don't you want the
Yeah, they're
money that
like,
you've spent on the jerseys and the
no.
hats and things to go to
Mm-mm.
her?" And they're like, "No, she makes enough. I'm
Yeah,
entertained."
she doesn't deserve that, which is crazy because they've been rubbing it in everybody's face how like you guys got chartered planes because like they were just it's all there. It was
Mm-hmm.
such a thing. So, mm.
Wild,
But yeah,
wild
hopefully they
behavior.
shut it down, ladies. Like if this, shut it down,
Uh-huh.
lock it
I was
up,
like, I can't wait
lock
for
it
the
out,
shirts that Together will put out because they will.
lock it out.
They will put that together.
Whatever they need, we're
Okay?
here. Whatever
Because the
player
way
fund that they want us to contribute to,
we will
whether it's through
purchase,
merch or
show out,
whatever,
have all
Yeah.
these women's wow, words. All these women's sports bars
Mm.
host their own like
Mm-hmm.
fundraising event. Yo,
Yeah.
would show
Yeah.
out. Would
Yeah.
show out.
Yeah.
It's
So,
gonna be great.
keep playing. Could you see Unrivaled? The NBA wouldn't let this happen. I don't think, unless they partnered with Unrivaled. But
Oh, say it.
do you
Say it.
think Unrivaled could replace the WNBA if it didn't have the NBA support? Because it's going to be hard to. I don't think the NBA would let that happen. But
Yeah. Well,
all
I
things were
only
fair.
think it could if Unrivaled decided to be petty as fuck and have both the 3-on-3 and a 5v5.
Mm,
Or what
mm.
if the AU Pro League and Unrivaled came together so that there
Yeah,
could be the
had it like
5v5
their
side of it and
own
have the 3v3
super
side of
league.
it, and it's
Yeah,
just like their whole super league. Yeah,
yeah. Oh, they could.
it could.
If they linked up for sure, because because the only thing with Unrivaled is obviously it's only a limited amount of teams, and then the three, 3-on-3. But if you have both of those leagues,
Hmm.
interesting. Or just any player created league, really
Hmm.
contend against, they would have to link up because yeah, the NBA. But all very interesting. We are pro player here, pro labor. So wherever they go, let us know. We'll support it.
We'll
So
be there. Give me the
yeah,
shirts,
yeah. And keep them over here. You know,
please.
I don't want them playing overseas too. And,
No,
shout out to y'all overseas. It's nothing against y'all. It's just
no, and
want them here.
extend the amount of people that can be on the team so that we don't lose all of this amazing talent that
Yeah.
continues to come out. Because the people that are coming up, I was like, y'all better get this right before Juju comes and joins this league. Like, stop playing.
You got to get
Stop
rid of
playing.
Kathy. Once they get rid of Kathy, that's when I know that
Man,
they're
put
serious.
NECA in charge.
Listen,
I'm sick of it.
if she's ready,
Put
you
NECA in
know,
charge.
you taking her
You
to
know
the
that
front of the line.
I'm
Like,
ready.
you are
I've said
so
this
ready.
time and
You
time
have like a
again.
NECA like Hope shirt in the Obama style. Like you are so ready for her to step
You know what?
into.
Somebody please make
It's
me that. Make me that for
crazy.
Christmas. Christmas and
Listen.
my birthday are back to back. Somebody please make it I wear a size
My
large. Thank
gosh.
you
Like
so much.
what if Deca wants to work outside the system? You have put her firmly in the office and all that. You're like, no, don't work outside the
But at
system.
least put her in
Yeah.
charge. I put her in
At
charge.
least, yeah. It's just so funny. Like I
I'm
mean,
really the
you have
campaign
been
might just be
really
me, but
manifesting. She might not even know or want
if
this,
that
but
comes to
you know,
fruition, I'm gonna go be her
it'd be
executive
pretty
assistant. I
crazy.
don't care
It'd
what
be
I'm
pretty
doing for
crazy.
work.
You'd
I'm
have
gonna quit
to.
my
You'd
job
have
and go
to.
be her executive assistant, and that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. You're like,
That's
up
it.
next on our vision board is
You know, I'm gonna be like, hey girl, I've been speaking this into existence for years. You're
yeah.
welcome.
Wow. Coming up to somebody like, I have a vision for you. Wow, okay. Sure. Let me know. Yeah.
Even
It's
if
crazy.
like think if this happened, like say it's years from now,
Hmm.
maybe we're done with the podcast and we've shifted into another plane doing whatever.
Hmm.
If it happens, we would have to come back just to release an episode that
Yeah.
said, I told you so.
She really did it.
And
You would
it
title it that
happened.
one. That would
And
listen,
absolutely.
just for your
And
whole
everybody would
soul.
know.
Just like
Everybody
for
would
your
see the
whole
episode pop back
soul.
up and be
My
like, what did I
God.
tell y'all? What
No,
did I tell y'all?
they probably would forget it.
They wouldn't forget.
You'd be
They
the
wouldn't
only
forget.
one to do
I'd be
this
here
whole
reminding.
episode of I told you so.
We'd
And
have
you're like,
two people
oh,
listening, and it'd
okay.
just be my
Right.
friends.
She did. Yep. So, you're right. Yeah. Feed the audience, feed our
Thank
family
you.
with the
Thank you.
two folks. Yeah. Makes
You
sense.
never know. But
Makes
hopefully sooner
sense.
than later. Thanks, Neka. Shout out to you.
So funny.
Um, we have not talked about soccer like at all. And the
Mhm.
NWSL is having a year. But
Yeah.
a really cool thing that just happened, especially in the Bay Area, and against Washington. So it's even better because it's the areas that both Chris and I have lived. The
Hmm.
NWSL broke a record for the highest attended event in U.S. women's professional league sports history. So they're talking everybody,
Mm.
no matter what U.S. women's sports league, that. So they had 40,091 people attend a soccer game held at the San Francisco Giants baseball stadium. It was Bay FC versus the Washington Spirit, and it was a sold out crowd. I do giggle a little bit because I'm like 40,091 is very specific, but good job on checking in, making sure that you knew what was up. The previous record was set when the Chicago Stars hosted Bay FC at Wrigley Field, the home of Chicago Cubs. I was there. I have the
Mm,
shirt. I was at that game. It was a ton of people. It was very fun.
mm.
So that's really cool. Also, really cool to see that Bay FC has been a part of both the record-setting games at baseball fields. So good job for you, Bay FC. Bay FC usually plays its home matches at PayPal Park in San Jose, which averages a little over 13,400 fans per match. But switching over to the historic game to the home of the San Francisco Giants, as well as a new record for the NWSL, which began play in 2013. Saturday's crowd was also a new high mark, as mentioned, for any professional women's sports league in the U.S. The NWSL has now set 48 of the top 50 most attended matches in U.S. women's professional league sports history. And Bay FC's previous record crowd was the 18,000 who attended the team's inaugural NWSL game in March 2024. So good for y'all. Cool. It was unfortunate because Bay FC lost. But, we don't have to talk about that.
Yes. Yes. God bless them.
Right. All right. Well, we just have some highlights because there is so much happening in sports. So I just wanted to bring up some things and we could just chit chat about it before we move on. So one, Candace Parker had her jersey retired in Chicago. I was at the game. It was fantastic. I got a free shirt, got a little Candace pin. It was very cute. It was very fun. Clea Copper came out. Jennifer Hudson and Common were in the house. Bam was there supporting Asia. It was just like a celebrity-filled event in the Chicago Sky Arena, which we don't get to see very often, but it was very fun. Crowd was packed. We were in it. They didn't beat us by much, which was exciting. But that win did clinch the Las Vegas Aces playoff bid. So they had a hell of a second half of the season to make this comeback. Because
left for dead, okay? Dead.
Okay. We were like,
they are
okay,
dead.
y'all.
Yeah.
Everybody has those seasons. It's okay.
Yeah.
You had a good
My
run.
God. Is it 10 straight?
I think so.
Jesus. Yeah. Coming for everything, but we'll see. Yeah.
Okay.
It makes things spicy. But yeah, we thought they were dead. Dead. Okay.
We all left them out there and we're like, hey, it's okay, y'all. Y'all had a great run. Good for you.
Yeah.
Take a little break. Take a breather. Go enjoy the games. And they're like, let's pick up Melissa Smith and go to town. Thanks so much.
That Melissa Smith trade ended up being a turning point for them. And Melissa as well. But
also that.
Yeah, good for them.
Also for Dejanay, because the Lynx are for the playoffs as well.
Yeah.
And so it was like, hey, look at them. Good
falling
for them.
Forward. Failing forward for both of them because
like good job.
For what we thought Dallas was gonna be this season to what they were. Like, that fell apart.
What was our ranking? We're gonna have to go back and be like double check our rankings that we had said because we put Dallas up there.
Yeah, we did. My gosh. So yeah, good for them. Yeah, they failed up for sure.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
Congrats to them. Congrats to them.
Yeah.
On top of some other fun celebrity appearances at games, Queen Latifah went to the New York Liberty game and everyone collectively lost their minds, rightfully so. She has photos with both teams. She got all the photos with Ellie. We have photos with our girl Deidre, who was at the game. Everybody got to see Queen Latifah. Everybody was so hype. She took over my timeline. I was just like, I want to be in a space where Queen Latifah just shows up. And I'm like,
royalty.
Queen, I hope you know how much we are obsessed with you. For you to be in the house with all the other queer folks.
And she just gives us just enough. She gives us a little more every year. It's just great.
It's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Every
year, just a little more every year. She's like, pop out a little bit. Yeah.
Right? She said,
yeah,
I'll go to a game. Why not?
And I just want other Black queer celebrities that are in the closet to look at Queen Latifah in the example of that, where you don't really actually say anything, but we know you acknowledge it in your ways. I mean, she said, something BT.
She finally did.
She finally did. It took a while, but she kind of launched it
that's
too.
What she had to say.
Yeah, that's all you have to do. It don't have to be anything crazy, but just the love that she just My God. Mm.
We love to see it.
Yeah.
Missy, we're still waiting for you, girl. It's okay. All right. And then speaking of Don Staley, somebody we're waiting for to say out loud, but we all know.
Yeah.
Um,
Speaking of.
speaking of, Don Staley
Come on,
recently
Don.
went on Candace Parker and Aaliyah Boston's new podcast. What is that podcast even called?
Post moves.
There we go. Thank you. I was like, Post Moves went on there to talk about the fact that she went through the interview process with the New York Knicks for a head coaching
Yeah.
job. She
Yeah.
gave all the tea of it. I can only
Mm-hmm.
imagine that like she goes and does these things and then texts her group chat of the other like women coaches, especially the black women coaches, and just gives them all the inside scoop of what happened. And so she mentioned how she went through the normal process like any other head coach would be. She says she
Mm-hmm.
made it pretty far in the process, but she says where she thinks she shot herself in the foot was she asked them if they were prepared for their work to shift with her being a head coach because it's going to take more time, it's going to take more energy. She was like, if I had been offered the job, I would have had to take it just to open the door for people.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, she felt like it was her responsibility to have to take that if that had happened. Also, she was like, I'm not just going to do this for any team. That's the New York Knicks.
It's
Like
the
I'm from
Knicks.
Philly.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
Knicks. Like that's what you're going to
Yeah.
do. And so she was like, if I had, I would have taken it to open the door for other people who deserve that. But is the NBA, especially the MNBA,
Yeah. The
prepared
NBA.
and structured for women to be in charge? And that was something that she challenged them on during
Mm.
the interview. But when she asked that question, she was just like, I hope y'all realize the types of questions you're going to receive, the things that we're going to have to answer over and over and over again of what
They were
that's going
like,
to
we'll
look
just
like. And
go
are
with
you
Mike
ready?
Brown.
Right? She was like, it's gonna be different than how you do with any of your other head coaches. So I just hope you're prepared for that. And she said they didn't really have an
Yeah.
answer. So she was like, yeah, that's probably where I got him.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna chill
Shout
over
out to
here.
her. We didn't get to talk about this. This happened over the summer, but and I know I've talked about a WNBA team at some
Mm,
point coming for her. Didn't think she would be the one. I knew Becky Hammond, being in the Spurs organization, probably had a good chance of being the first one, but the Don Knicks thing was a pleasant surprise. I don't think they were ready. There were actually a lot of Knicks fans that were just like, sure. Like, I mean, it wasn't so many fans that I would have thought being like, no. Um, but it would have been something. She would have had to definitely take it if offered just to get her foot in the door and just
hmm
this, it's the Knicks. Like it's such a big role. But yeah, maybe another NBA team does look at her. Yeah. Didn't even think the NBA could be a possibility. The MNBA would be a possibility, but the WNBA or the MNBA certainly know Don's talent. So somebody's gonna
hmm
write a big enough check, or it's gonna be prestigious enough. Like, what if the 76ers suck again? Like, why wouldn't they, hire
Right.
Don? Like, why not? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
I was like, she could be the first coach for the new Philly team. That would be
that too.
iconic.
Oh my God, even that. Yeah. So,
All
you
this time
know,
that she's like, no, I'm not coaching the WNBA. No, I'm not
yeah,
coaching the WNBA. But
yeah.
then she's like, but
Yeah. Yeah.
for
I
Philly.
mean, for Philly, like that would be just the, match made in heaven. I wonder who the ownership group is for the Philly team. Like how rich that
Isn't she a
owner
part of it?
is. Is she? Well, then she couldn't be the coach if she was a part of. Either way, some billionaire is gonna give her the money,
Yeah.
to do it. So shout out to Don, yeah. And shout out for that question because yeah, you know, I don't know. The Knicks are so interesting PR wise. Like they wouldn't have been ready for that, and it would have yeah. Ask the question,
Mm-hmm.
girl.
Ask
Yeah,
the questions.
and we didn't talk about post moves and Candace Parker and Ilya Boston's first episode that rocked the internet. With Candace coming out as a hater.
Candace came
Um,
out as the biggest
as an
hater.
actual hater and a millennial hater too, which I
I
hate.
was the
I
worst.
hate when we
It was fully millennial versus
hate it.
Gen
I
Z.
hate it. I hate when we
I was
hate
like,
as millennials.
Candace,
I hate it. I really do.
Candace,
We look
what do you
so
mean?
crazy.
What do you
Like
mean? How are you saying all of
so
this with a straight
crazy.
face?
I
Doing,
know.
I was like, girl,
And it's just
but
like Angel Reese has been nothing but like respectful to her and deferential and just
big
like
fan.
a big fan. Like it's just crazy to hate. And it's like I know she's like Candace is trying to go on the like we should be able to critique without hating, but it's just like some things is hate. Some things are hate. Some things are
Mm-hmm.
hate. Sometimes it's not a because she was like going out her way during that period of time too to kind of like if Angel Reese isn't this top whatever player, then there's no need to talk about her then. Like talk about the top players. Like it was the specific comments I had like a problem with. Like I was like, if you don't think she's a top player and you're an analyst, and then why mention her unless you're trying to like, a lot of it was rollout too. I was like with this first episode, I was like, y'all trying to roll out with a clip that's like, gets the people talking. But we'll see. We'll see. Millennial hate. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate
Mm-hmm.
it. I hate it. So all right. Well, anything else in sports? Any predictions before I guess we should do you have any
For the WNBA.
yeah, playoff predictions? Because I don't
Hmm.
know where we'll be when we come
I don't
back.
know either.
But
I don't know either. I mean,
yeah.
I just hope that Fee gets her MVP award.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
Fast
number
there,
one
there.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Number one thing.
Deserving.
Would
Mm-hmm.
love it if the Lynx won.
Mm. They've
Would
had quite
love
a
it.
year.
Because
Mm-hmm.
what better pinnacle story for the stud butts would it be if
Man,
they then
man.
won and then took us along for the ride, which is the number one
So
reason
funny.
that
Yeah.
I want that to happen
Yeah.
because we need a replay of the All-Star weekend and I need it to be the behind the scenes championship locker room view similar circa
That's so funny.
the Women's World Cup when we
Mm-hmm.
won and we had Ashlyn Harris go live. I need that with stud butts.
That's so funny that you want a social or I'm sorry, streaming centric championship with the
Yes,
links just for streaming purposes.
that's what I
And that's
want.
fine. They are a deserving team, but it's so funny. You're like, my reasons though are for streaming purposes, like studbud purposes. So I respect
Okay.
that. And I
I want to see
respect the
Fee going
transparency.
crazy with
Yeah.
champagne bottles and whatever
Yeah.
beer company is the sponsor and all of that. I want to see Fee going crazy. I
That'd
want to
be
see
cool.
Dejanay slipping and sliding across the floor. I want to
Yeah.
see all of it.
Yeah.
All
That
of it.
team
That's what I
turned
want.
out to be a gay ass team,
I want to
and
see
their
the
power
coach dye her
straight
hair
and
pink.
everything. She's gay too. Cheryl Reeves is gay.
Yep. And
So
she said
very,
she would dye
very
her hair pink if
great.
they won the championship. So I want to see that.
Yeah.
I want all of
Wow.
these things that have been said to come to fruition. The promises that y'all made,
Which
I
butts?
want them delivered on. So
Mm,
that's what I want
okay.
and why I want it.
Um, I wouldn't mind I've liked New York this year. I've liked their team chemistry over there. Seem like a happy bunch. Uh, and then Phoenix is, they're creeping up. You never know with
They
Phoenix.
are.
They're
They
there.
are.
I wouldn't
Especially because
mind a
Alyssa Thomas
Phoenix.
is out here breaking all
Yeah.
sorts of double records and everything. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
girl,
Very
go
deserving of
ahead.
at least second, the
At
second
least
place of
second.
MVP, you know. So we'll see. I would like to see and then I don't know why I'm so disrespectful to the Atlanta Dream, but they have a chance as well.
They
So
do. And they're still
they
playing
have a
very well.
chance.
I'm proud of
Very
them.
well. Very well. So we will see what happens when we
All
come
right.
back. All right. Let's move on to our advice segment. Am I a bad queer? Got something on your mind? Don't keep it to yourself. Send your questions to badqueers.com. Hit us up on IG at badqueerspod and email us at badqueers.com. Well, we only have one this week, so I'm going to shame y'all by saying make sure you send in your bad queer, am I bad queers, as I stated the places before. Hopefully, y'all are out there living for the summer and have stories and questions and dilemmas. So make sure you send them in. So this one I'm taking from Reddit. You got a little Reddit one here from the Queer Woman of Color Reddit, which is titled Baby Gay at 34. Okay. I'm really embarrassed. I know I shouldn't be, but I am. I tried dating men till now and just felt nothing. So I have zero experience of what it's like to be in a relationship and only tried to have sex once with a guy. I dated a woman for a year. She actively sought out other people during our relationship, and it was just generally a traumatic relationship that's given me a lot of insecurity. I really loved her though, and I still struggle now to get over her. I'm trying so hard to date, but I live in a small city with no queer spaces. The one gay club we have is filled with gay men and catty straight women.
Mm.
Combos on apps go. I know that's a thing. Combos
Mm-hmm.
on apps go nowhere. I'm thinking of moving to Melbourne or London just to experience dating amongst other reasons, especially dating other queer women of color because white queer women make me feel invisible. I'm grieving the lost years I could have spent being young and dating other women and going through these awkward firsts. Now it just feels embarrassing and I feel like I'm expected to be sexually experienced at this age, but I'm still awkward and I still just want to do innocent things like hold hands, learn to kiss. Has
Mm.
anyone else gone through this or is going through this? Does anyone have any advice? Oh,
Well,
there are people out there that do want to hold hands and learn how to kiss. And there's so many baby gays out there. Like it is very much your own journey. It sounds like they live in, I mean, obviously a place with that one gay club. It makes finding queer people very, very difficult. Apps we've mentioned before are very difficult. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna say in the meantime, while you're learning things in person, when you're able to learn things in person, that's great. But like in the meantime, I think learning stuff online and even being on Reddit and asking people these questions are certainly helpful, like, and can inform a lot of the things that will help you when you're able to apply it in the real world. um we're all learning different things, so your journey, though beginning, is still where you need to be and all that. So look online, watch videos, continue to check in with these forums of how, to learn different identities, to learn different dating stories. And whew, Melbourne or London is, that's its own thing. You could
it's
comment on
too.
that. You've lived overseas.
I will comment on that.
'Cause
That was the
I
first
was
thing
like,
I
I
was
don't
gonna
want
say, and
to.
then I was like, wait a minute, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for my turn. I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, grass is greener type thing. I mean, it might be better. Certainly. I mean, if you're coming from a small town, like obviously
Yeah.
the chances are greater, but yeah, like it's difficult, but your journey is your journey and there absolutely going to be partners and people you date who are um patient and understanding that you are starting this journey from 34, and they'll be patient with you. Like there's people who are genuinely like, I understand and all that, so I wouldn't fret about that. So Shana, what do you got?
Yeah, that we first of all, we have late in life gays for a reason, and
We
it
are late in
happens,
life.
and that's okay. It's not embarrassing, and I love the innocence of this as well. Just be like, I just want to hold hands and kiss and
Mm-hmm.
do cute shit. Please don't fall for a U-Haul just once you find somebody nice and doing the things. And also, you going through a traumatic experience with the first woman you're dating is also a very normal part
Yeah,
of the queer dating experience,
unfortunately.
which is very unfortunate.
Jeez, it
It's
really is.
like
God
I have a
damn.
few under my belt. I know Kris
Mine was
does.
very bad.
Like, it's
Yeah,
just
it'll get ya.
it's the unfortunate rite of passage that's in here.
Yeah,
Like I don't wish it on anybody, but it just inherently ends up happening.
yeah.
Um,
And like
two,
women, huh? Yeah.
all right.
They'll
Like
get
y'all
you.
really want to come over here?
Ah,
You
they'll
feel good
get
about
you.
it?
They'll get you.
Okay. All right.
Mm.
Two, why is Melbourne on the list when you want to get away from the whites?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know much about
It's like
Australia, but
Melbourne is like the cooler area. It definitely has a bit more diversity there. Things
mm-hmm.
like that. It's not like Sydney. Sydney is very stereotypically exactly how you would imagine Australia, but Melbourne
Mm.
is a bit more like it's like the Bay Area of
Hmm.
Australia.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Outside doesn't get super warm all the time, but like it
Mm-hmm.
has a vibe and it's very cool and the people are
Mm-hmm.
cool.
How big are
All
their
of that. Yeah.
spiders? Or is that still just
Not
middle of
that's
the
more like the
continent?
giant ones a little bit more out there. So the
Mm.
spiders are still big, but like not
Okay.
like that giant ass one that was in a video that lived in somebody's garage. Like, no,
Mm.
not like,
Mm. Mm. Mm.
but
Mm.
yeah,
Okay. Just asking the
they're there.
questions.
But
One or
also
two people add,
that's a
in their
very
head.
valid reason to
Yeah.
also not go there. So,
Mm.
if you're gonna hop to some other city, I would say
Yeah.
London is better. Please go to London and explore your way around London. Also, the people have figured out that there's Black Scottish people and Black Irish people. They're
Yeah.
there.
Oh
Like,
my
y'all,
God.
the fact that America
Ugh.
like freaked out over the fact that it was like, there's Black Scottish people, and we're like, yeah. And now everybody in
Yeah.
like Scotland is blown up
Yeah.
with their followers and
We
stuff. I love
really
that.
love seeing Black people of other cultures and national.
Yes,
Like it is
especially in places
just
that like you
so
don't expect
great.
it.
Yeah.
It's so
Oh my
great.
God, they warm my heart. Like I know it's so we look so crazy as Americans, but this
We do.
I
But
just
it's
want y'all to know
joy.
that we only look at
Joy.
ourselves like too. Like it
Yeah.
is you
Somebody pointed that
have no
out
idea.
in a
Yeah.
TikTok video. They were like, "Oh, it's because Americans really don't like learn world
At
geography or the
all.
world anything." And they
Mm-mm.
do. So they're like, "Yeah, we do
Mm-mm.
about y'all." And we're like, "Yeah, but we didn't know about y'all. And we have
Yeah.
to learn about this later. Late in
Yeah.
life. Late in
Yeah.
life is what we're doing
Even
here."
the
But
people we pay attention to, like the British, like it's very, I mean, like I know people go deep down with the royals and stuff, but it's
yeah.
for most Americans very surface level,
Yeah.
very surface
Honestly,
level.
it does
So
honestly just stay with the royal family.
the
And
royals is really it. Like, and
that's
then,
really it.
shit we create like Austin Powers. It's
Yep.
not British, but
It's
like, we're
not,
like
it's all the worst
our
stereotypes.
idea of, right, exactly. So,
And then they put Beyonce
yeah,
in one and it's like, all right.
yeah,
Cool, cool,
yeah.
cool. But yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
totally
Mm-hmm.
understand you wanting to move. I would just say do a bit more research on how many Black and brown folks are in the areas that you're moving to because you listing Melbourne first is wild. But there's no judgment here. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and just put yourself out there. Again, we've had episodes where we list all of the different places to go. And I just did a bad queer opinion about diversifying your portfolio for where you're looking for these dates. Dating apps are trash, in my opinion, and they do serve a purpose. And a lot of times you can, but I know that like the older we get, the less likely that some of those apps are successful. So just diversify the portfolio in the areas that you go, where you're finding different events, being able to test these things out. Moving out of a small town, if that's where you live currently, is also a great step. Just make sure you do your research on like who all's going to be there and diversify the portfolio of not just using dating apps to go and meet people, but go out to social events, go out to parties, go out to bookstores, like hit these different places and these different venues and check them out. And you'll soon meet and find the people that you want. I have no doubt.
Yeah, good luck. And especially that diversify your online spaces part, because before you move anywhere, there's different places online that you can
Oh, yeah.
connect with
The
people
Facebook
that
groups are
we,
still strong.
yeah. Yeah. And really good for a lot of different things. So
Mm-hmm.
shout out to them. So, mm-mm-mm.
All right. Our next Am I a Bad Queer comes from Carrie. Carrie says, Am I a bad queer for being attracted to white people, even when I'm
Hmm.
conflicted about it? I'm a non black queer person of color, and I've been thinking a lot about how desire works in our community. Historically, white people have been centered as objects of affection, and there's a legacy of systemic erasure of POC intimacy. I get why some people feel it's problematic or even political to date white people, and part of me feels guilty for being drawn to them. At the same time, my attraction is my own, and I can't really control who I like. I feel conflicted, wanting to honor the history and politics of desire, but also wanting to follow my genuine feelings. Am I a bad queer for feeling this tension and still exploring my own attraction? Carrie, I would probably say if you're not looking at anybody but white people, then that would probably be the red flag. But if you're just like attracted to white people, then okay. Also, sometimes I feel like this carries on from our last the Reddit read that we just had, where it's like some people just live in areas where there's a shit ton of white people, and those are your options, and
And
so
that's
you
really
just
it. Mm-hmm.
end up being with white people, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But if you are attracted to unproblematic white folks, and you're not just isolating other people out and being like, I'm only attracted to white women, then there's not a problem.
Love
Attraction,
is
like you
love.
said, attraction is
Mm-hmm.
attraction, and that's what it is. And, it sounds like you are very politically, socioeconomically aware. And I know that brings in a bit of turmoil, bit of trouble for you as you're like, but I stand for this thing. But that means if
Right.
you date a white person that is also like aware and politically awake and has done some research and knows stuff, then
Yeah.
you're probably finding like good people to date and who understand. But if you're having all of this and then dating problematic white people, then that's a red flag. But as long as you're not isolating anybody and as long as you're not dating hella problematic secretly phobic type white people.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of, it is what
That's
it
really
is.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, love wins. Love wins, Carrie. Yeah, really all of that. Like if they're not problematic and they believe in human rights, they believe in the rights of marginalized people, then it's fine. There's really nothing to be conflicted about. And again, the red flag would be if you were only attracted to white people. I'd be like, why? Like interrogate
Hmm.
that. Surely you have eyes. I was like, what? Um, but yeah, love wins. And Carrie, if that's your attraction, that's your attraction. And yeah, I don't think you should feel bad about it. That doesn't really make you a bad queer. So yeah, you know, and we've said this, I've said this before, we've said this before. There it's always so funny to say this because it feels like very much like I have white friends, which I do. Um, but there are good white people. There are good white people.
Hmm.
There have always been good white people since the beginning of time. There have been white people who have fought for human rights. There have been white people who have always fought against the isms and fight against white supremacy. Most importantly, they have always been around. They have always existed and everything. We certainly don't think just like all white people are bad. But we always say be careful as well. So just be careful because some, even when they don't intend to, can uh, misuse their privilege, be unconsciously biased, and all that. So yeah, just make sure you're not dating somebody who's a closet conservative Republican and do the whole Laverne Cox thing. So
Mm.
mm,
You saw how
yeah,
that went.
you saw how that went. Yeah. So all right. Well, I hope that helps, Carrie. And that's it for our Am I a Bad Queer? Again, send your questions to badqueers.com. DM us on IG at badqueerspod or email us at badqueers@badqueers.com to be featured.
All right. What type of backwards will we be if we didn't have unpopular queer opinions? So I am outsourcing my bad queer opinion because this person said it the
Hmm.
best, and I just want to direct quote her from all of this. So, first of all, shout out to Mindy. She's at Damn Mindy on socials and is also Jade Fox's partner. And she mentioned how at Jade's birthday party, mind you, she was sober, she wasn't drinking, she just got to like sit and observe and watch the people do the things. At 1 a.m., around 1 a.m., she says, the song Big Ol' Freak came on.
Mm.
And she looked around and you could see all these studs try to
Mm.
hide
Mm.
how into the song they were. You know, they're just over here bobbing their head, but
Mm.
they wanted those hips to move. They wanted that ass to shake. They wanted to, she could see it, she could feel it. So I support her opinion, which I'm turning into my bad queer opinion this week. Studs, please find some joy and throw that ass. Just throw it.
Mm.
Okay? Y'all need to stop holding back. Y'all have some of the best asses and or some of the best
Mm.
titties that you should be shaking. You need to stop hiding it from us on the dance floor. Have a good time and throw that ass when you're out.
Hmm. Big old freak. What a stud staple, a
Okay?
standard, if you will. Ah.
And she said like another Lotto song came on after that. And
Mm-hmm.
again, she was just like to see them try and fight it a second time. She was like, I saw
Mm.
basically it felt like she saw some of them attempt to crack and then just be like, no, no, no. Just gonna wrap it,
Yeah.
move my shoulders, two step it.
Shout out to fat ass studs and big titty studs out there, Shout out. Shout out to
Shout
y'all.
out to fat ass studs is such a
Hmm. Yeah. You know. Shout out to them. That's it.
I love
I
it.
have no I have no problem with your bad queer opinion. When necessary, throw it in a circle,
Throw that. Throw that. We want to see
So
it. We're here to see it. This
yeah.
is what I
For
want to
people who are
see.
deserving, you don't have to throw your ass just because society is telling you to throw ass. So throw ass when you feel like throwing ass. But throw ass when you feel comfortable and when
But
it
don't
is
be
that moment.
hindered.
Yeah.
Don't be hindered
You
by your
know,
identity to keep you from throwing ass. If you want to throw ass,
throw
throw
ass.
ass.
Yeah. And that really goes to everybody, just in general. Like if anybody wants to throw ass, like just do it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Especially now, we don't know how much time we have left on this earth. Like you might as well throw it in a circle,
Mm-hmm.
before we go out. So, a bad queer proverb, throw ass,
Bad queer
regardless of
proverb.
who you are.
Mm.
My bad queer opinion, more of the Snoop Dogg stuff, is I am so sick of queer people who give cover to lazy straight people who are, again, too scared or lazy to learn about us. Like, I don't need to hear from anybody in our community, like, I understand Snoop and he's right and all that. It's like, no, they don't need it. Even if you feel that way, like, straight people don't need your protection or coverage or help or anything. Like, they just don't. You don't have to understand what they're going through. Like, it's none of that. Like, you don't have to waste your time on that. You shouldn't waste your time on that. And again, if it's an older generation thing, they are very resourceful. They have Facebook, they're on TikTok, they have Google, they have ChatGPT at this point. There's
Mm-hmm.
so many resources to look these things up. So stop babysitting ignorance. Like, it is, straight people do not need your protection in
No.
these moments. Like, they don't need you to, they don't need your understanding and all that. And that's actually hindering them from progressing, because you give them that out of like, this queer person understands me, so I still don't have to learn this thing. Like, there's no reason a 50 something year old Snoop doesn't know how to explain the existence of queer people or the existence of lesbians to a 6-year-old child. He had a 6-year-old bow wow on Doggy Style saying mature things. Like, y'all don't need to give this man or anybody queer, anybody straight, any outs. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they can learn basic shit about us. Like, we're not asking them to solve the friction fraction or asking them to, explain some foreign concept. It's just our existence. So,
Yep.
and we were minding our business on this. Like, this movie
Truly.
is 3 years ago. We are just existing, and he, woke this up with people where they are
Right. We
reminded.
already
And
had those conversations.
these controversies keep happening, and every time, like whether it's a Boosie or somebody else, like it's another instance of like people to say like they're allowed to be ignorant, because they
Mm-hmm.
don't learn any of these times. They're not like, they'll tell you, oh, I don't know what to say, and they'll say that for each of the every, like they never take the time to like just learn some basic shit. So yeah, I'm over it. We don't need queer people standing in for straight ignorance. So
Nope.
that's what I got.
That's a good one. All right,
All
everybody,
right.
let's go ahead and wrap up this show. But we would never leave you without giving shout outs to our faves. My shout out this week is to Khalid for announcing his first album since being outed as gay. He told fans that he's reclaiming his power back. Excited to hear. It's going to be released October 10th. You can follow on IG at The Great, spelled GR8. Khalid.
All right, my bad, queer. My shout out is to André Leon Talley, Style is Forever, which is a new exhibition from SCAD, the Savannah College of Art and Design Museum of Art in Savannah. And
That's such a
SCAD,
redundant name.
I know, I know. And SCAD Museum of Fashion and Film in Atlanta. Both of these locations are going to host this exhibit for Andre Leon Talley. The exhibition will feature nearly 70 looks from the beloved editor, Titan, and SCAD mentor. You can follow them on IG at scad.edu, and we'll have that in the description.
Savannah College of Art and Design Museum of Art in Savannah is crazy. All
Yeah.
right. But shout out to y'all. Shout out to
Look,
y'all for doing this
SCAD
exhibition.
Museum of Art,
Okay.
if you will. So, yeah, they wanted you to know that's where art lives. So,
Oh man. Well, fantastic. All right, y'all. This is the episode that kicks off our Bad Queer Baby. That's gonna be had. We'll
this
say
is
yeah.
it
Yes, this
for
is
real.
it. So we will
This is it
see
for real.
y'all in a couple months. I hope you all enjoy all of the episodes that we've recorded. Again, we are not missing a week. We've got some good stuff coming your way, lots of great guests, lots of great people, and we are excited for you to check it out. So, in the meantime, do us a favor, email us your Bad Queer opinions, follow us on social media at Bad Queers Pod on all platforms,
Mm-hmm.
join Patreon, because we're still going to be posting stuff there. We're going to be doing the things. Like, the stuff is still going to be active.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to, go to our website, buy some merch. Still give us some love and support. We're still checking the emails. We're still checking the socials. It'll mainly be me because Kris needs to be with the baby. So don't leave me hanging, okay? So still do all the things. Still show your support to Bad Queers. But most importantly, like, subscribe, leave us reviews, and tell your friends that we are here. But in the meantime, we hope you enjoy these episodes, and we'll see you still technically next week, but we'll see you officially in a couple of months.
Take care.
Can we talk about things? I'm sorry that I'm